Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2016 mid-month readings. I am still using the Gilded Tarot deck. I was going to be using a different deck for my mid-month readings that I had gotten recently and was familiarizing myself with. But because of the energies I keep getting off of that deck, it's the steampunk deck, by the way. I was just drawn to the artwork for some reason over and over again. I have decided, because of the energies I get off that deck, to use them primarily for my career and finance readings, which I do mostly in the form of personal readings, but I am thinking at some point later this summer I will be implementing general career and finance readings into the monthly readings as well. So anyway, for the time being, I am still using my beloved Gilded Tarot. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Each and every month I see that it is growing. Actually, I see it growing by the day. Thank you so much for your love and support and feedback. I do love reading your comments, both the ones you leave on my channel videos and the ones you send via email as well. I often don't have time to respond to each and every one, but I do read each and every one. So please keep writing those, and thank you very much for reaching out. And thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It is an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I say that every time, but I can't think of words that fit actually quite as well. It is an honor and it is a pleasure. And thank you so much for allowing me even a momentary piece of your life. I enjoy doing those very much, so thank you. And to those of you who are interested in a one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that'll give you a little more detail and information on the services I offer and my contact information, which you can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, so I work pretty diligently with you and your schedule to get you readings as quickly as possible. My current turnaround time is around 1 to 4 or 5 days, depending on whether you want recorded or live and what time zone you're in for coordinating. So if you're interested in that, send me an email. We'll go from there. I would be delighted to work with you. So let's get right into this. This is a general reading, by the way, so check your rising and your moon sign as well. There are some months and some readings where the general video for your sun sign will not resonate as predictably as your rising and your moon sign. And in fact, some months and some readings where other readers will resonate more predictably for you than the ones you normally watch. There's a lot of great readers out there. In the end, it's about you getting what you need at the end of the day. So, moving right along, excuse me, this video is for Pisces. Pisces for May 2016 mid-month. My lovely water sign fish. My mercurial fluid Pisces. What does the remainder of May 2016 hold for you? Even though we are focusing mainly on the last 2 weeks of the month, I'll still be using the same 8-card spread with an additional night card as your crowning card. So Pisces, May 2016, mid-month, last half of May. What does it hold for you? Okay. We begin with the 10 of Pentacles, followed by the Death card, the Hierophant, followed by the 9 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, followed by the Knight of Wands, and the Lovers, followed by the 6 of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall crowning card, overall energy, theme, and advice is the 3 of Swords reversed. Wow, this is a really interesting reading, Pisces. You have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards. I'm actually feeling like the first 3 combination of cards are completely different than the last combination of cards. So let's begin. We find ourselves in the middle of May 2016 with the 10 of Pentacles, followed by the Death/Transformation card. So the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles is governed by the element of earth. So it's an earthly energy, and it's all about things in our earthly, tangible, material environment. And most often it points to things like money, finances, resources, property, job, career, etc. Things we can see and touch and feel, although these same tangible energies can also be applied to areas of our life like love and romance and spirituality as well. But it's about tangible thing. It's about results. So the Ten of Pentacles is a card. It's a beautiful card. It's a card of success, prosperity, abundance, particularly in the material world. But one that's built on a foundation that's so solid and so steady that it's going to last for quite some time. There's a very strong connection and theme of home and family around this Ten of Pentacles as well, Pisces. It represents that not only is this success and prosperity and abundance very beneficial to you, but it's also beneficial in some way to your family, those in your closest sphere, perhaps those that you love and care for as well. It's a great card. It's a card that speaks of success, not only initially, but one that builds a strong, lasting foundation that's going to carry for quite some time. In the business, finance, career world, this could represent family money, family estate, family business, something that lasts, that leaves a lasting foundation, not only for you, but for your loved ones as well. Now, that Ten of Pentacles is paired with the Death card, which is a card of transformation, complete and utter transformation, change. The Death card represents, like most tens do, and it's paired with the Ten of Pentacles, the end of a cycle, the coming full circle of something, the culmination of something. So we have two cards here, one of them being Major Arcana, that represent the end of a cycle. For some of you, this is going to represent, I mean, it's going to play out a variety of different ways, as it always does, because there's so many of you lovely people watching with all your different unique backgrounds and stories. For some of you, this is going to represent complete and utter transformation of your financial sector, your business career. Somehow there's going to be a transformation of that, and I feel like it's going to be a very good transformation. And it's something that benefits you and perhaps loved ones, or perhaps a partner or a spouse. Why am I getting that? Some of you, I think, are going to be retiring this month, or you're finalizing the plans for your retirement. I'm getting that. I actually feel like that's for a smaller portion of you, although the message itself is coming across quite clear. Some of you are retiring this month, are putting together the final plans for retirement this month. You've worked very hard. You've built up a very good solid foundation for yourself, but you're done. You're out of there. You're retiring. You're getting the gold watch or whatever it is they hand out to people these days, if anything. And it's just going to represent the end of quite a long and successful chapter in your life. It's one that's going to be quite a happy one, I think, for you. And you're going to be embarking on a whole new phase of your life, as you would be in retirement. For others of you, this is going to represent for some of you, I feel like you have a business that you're going to be closing down, a family business, or perhaps just a business that you've had for quite a while. You've made the decision either to close it down, or for some of you, I feel it's going to be handed over or handed down to somebody. But again, in the upright position, I'm actually not feeling any negative feelings about this. Although there may be, it may be a little bittersweet for some of you, because it's, it's the saying goodbye. It's the closing of a rather long chapter for you, and the beginning of a whole new one, which looks like it's going to be quite transformative for you. Some of you, you're going to be selling a business. Some of you, it's just in your tangible sector, your business, career, finance, property perhaps, is going to be undergoing a transformation of some kind. It's not clear to me exactly what that is or where it's going to be coming from. But again, it does feel like it's going to be just very transformative in a positive and beneficial way. So you'll have to let me know how that plays out. Some of you, I think for a small portion of you, this will represent an inheritance due to the passing of a loved one, or the settling of an estate from the passing of a family member, relative from the recent past. But that this is the month, or you're finalizing receiving property or estate money or something of that sort as well. Again, which is going to be very useful for you and is going to be transformative in some way. Again, positive and beneficial. So moving on, we have the Hierophant, followed by the Nine of Swords. So there's something about all of this which is stressing you out. I feel like some of you I feel like some of you with this ending, again, it's, you know, you've got two ending cycle cards, and they're quite significant and profound. And it's so transformative. I think it may leave some of you, not all of you, but some of you are just going to sail right through this. But I think for some of you, it's going to leave you kind of in a place where you feel for a time a little rootless, a little anchorless, unsure as what to do with the next portion of your life. Perhaps you didn't maybe look ahead and plan quite as thoroughly, so you're not really sure. It feels like you're just kind of floating, and you're worried. Some of you may be worried about your foundations, or worried about money somehow. With this Nine of Swords, which is the card of a lot of stress, worry, and anxiety, and focusing on something you see as negative, as symbolized by this Nine of Swords. Although I have to tell you, Pisces, it's not reflected in your outer environment at all. That's not to trivialize any real fears or worries or anxieties you may have. But the Nine of Swords is a card that represents putting way too much mental and emotional energy into something that perhaps you have built up bigger in your head than it actually is, because I'm not seeing this negativity reflected in your physical outer environment. This is a card of internal, sometimes illusion of making something out to be worse in our heads than it actually really is, because we're putting so much negative energy into focusing in it, which is what the Suit of Swords represents. Not negative energy, but mental energy. Swords is governed by the element of air, and it's all about our words and ideas, our ideas, our mindset, perspectives, how we look at things, our belief system. It's a very mental and cerebral suit. It's all about what goes on up here and how we look at things. And the Nine of Swords, again, it's like the staying up late at night card. You can see this woman is sitting up in her bed at night. It's very late. The moon's risen high in the sky. Everybody else is probably asleep, but she's not, because she's focusing all her mental and emotional energy on the source of her stress and anxiety. Now, there's a little owl sitting on the windowsill next to her, very close. She could practically reach out and touch it, but she can't see it. She's not noticing it. She's not looking at it, because all of her attention is focused, again, on this negativity. The strong advice being you're putting way too much energy into focusing on the negative. And it's not to say if there are any real fears or concerns you have that they're not valid. But again, Pisces, I'm not seeing that reflected in your outer environment. And Nine of Swords being a card of having too much built up in your head, and it's actually not really reality based, or at least most of it is. This owl here represents, owls being symbolic for wisdom, for insight, for clarity. It is a strong indicator, implication that there's an answer, a solution, or perhaps that things are not quite as bad as you think they are, or that you're worrying way more than the situation actually deserves. Because again, it looks like this transformation, whatever is happening, is actually going to prove to be quite beneficial for you. Although, again, for some of you, it may leave you feeling like, I don't know what I'm going to do next kind of thing. But again, I feel like it's going to be very positive and beneficial. I mean, transformative. You have the Death card in the upright. It's totally transformative. And if I feel like the answers that you seek, and where you're going to find your answers or solutions, or even comfort and security, is in the tried and true, is what I'm getting. And if it's problems, solutions you seek, go to those more experienced with you, or to an advisor or mentor, or again, seek the tried and true path. Fall back on what you know to be true, the conventional tradition. Because that Nine of Swords is accompanied by the Hierophant, Major Arcana card. The Hierophant is all about tradition, convention, walking the expected path. It can represent organized groups, large groups of people, religions, churches, institutions, corporations. It can also represent an advisor, a person in your life who acts as kind of an advisor, a wise person, a mentor, a therapist, a really good friend, someone that you seek. You get good feedback and support from a teacher of some kind. I feel can help you through whatever anxieties or fears you have, or help you feel, I think a lot of you, especially those of you for you are retiring or selling a business, on helping you find what the purpose for the next stage of your life is. The tried and true, the conventional mentor, advisor, counselor, etc. Because again, I think that you've your fears and anxieties and worries are built up way more in your head than what is actually reality based, at least in terms of what the cards are reflecting in your outer environment. This change looks to be very, very good for you, Pisces, even though at the time it may feel a little scary. And it looks like you're going to be in it with some other people, or you're going to be receiving some help, or so you've got partners, or some other people are going to be kind of involved in this with you. We have, right next to that, we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Now, Pisces, I'm not feeling these or reading these as energies related to you yourself, although it could be that the combination of these energies are what's being suggested that you manifest in order to carry you through this transformative process, which again has some of you feeling very stressed out or anxious for some reason, but again, I'm getting that it's positive. Your crowning card is that Three of Swords reversed, which speaks of emotional pain, disappointment, heartbreak, heartache on the mend, the healing of some kind of past hurts and disappointments, although it may be related to this last set of cards more than the other cards. So anyway, you have these two people coming in or in your spirit. They may already be there. You may know who I'm talking about. Again, for a portion of you, these two knights may just represent the bringing together of two different kinds of energies that you need to manifest in order to kind of move you through this transformative process a little more easily. We have the Knight of Swords accompanied by the Knight of Wands. Very interesting, powerful combination. In terms of people, the Knight of Swords, swords again being governed by that element of air, so this could represent somebody who's an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or somebody who strongly manifests the character traits of the Knight of Swords. He's the one that brings truth, he brings perspective, he brings new ideas, a new way of looking at something. He helps you look at something in a different way or have a different and new and fresh perspective. He's a fact gatherer, an information seeker, very intelligent person, very curious person, always seeking knowledge, information. And that's what he would be bringing, and bringing with him, again, helping you look at this through new eyes, a different perspective. Well, what about doing this, and what about doing that, in a very helpful way, and he's offering his help and support. Again, for some of you, this could be energies that you're being asked to manifest and draw upon in order to make this transformative transitional time a little smoother and easier for you. Now, he is paired with or she is paired with the Knight of Wands. Another knight come charging in. This knight brings with him very fiery, passionate, creative, enthusiastic, inspirational energies. He's a very action-oriented, dynamic individual. He's governed by Wands, which is governed by the element of fire. This could also be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or someone who strongly manifests the character traits of the Knight of Wands, all those traits that I just mentioned. Or again, it could be energies that you're being asked to manifest, to draw upon and combine to help move you through this transformational period, which even in the positive, which it strongly indicates that it is, could be a little scary. So you're being asked really to kind of harness together your mind and your heart. Don't fight them. Bring them together. Move forward into this. Charge forward into this. Of course, don't be completely too spontaneous, and make sure there's water in the pool before you jump. We don't want to go way off the other end of the negative spectrum of the Knight of Wands, or completely clinical, because where you would be having your mind not tempered with your emotions at all. It's a harnessing of both of those. Make a plan and then move forward with that plan courageously. What do you really want to do? If this is about what are you going to do with the next portion of your life? Where's your joy? Where's your enthusiasm, your excitement? What have you always thought about doing? And then make a plan about that, a realistic and practical plan. But it's about combining these two energies together. And again, for some of you, this is going to represent either one person bringing these energies in to kind of help motivate you and help you make a plan to move through it, or two different people. Again, we could be looking at fire signs and air signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or someone or someones who manifest those energies. Now, here's the really interesting part of this, Pisces, as if that wasn't interesting enough. At or towards the end of May 2016, we have this combination of cards, which I feel, while is part of your reading and part of the month of May 2016, it feels like it's kind of coming out of the blue and isn't actually related to any of this, which it might be. Again, there's lots of you watching. It's going to resonate differently. We have a blast from the past coming. We have the Lovers, beautiful major arcana card, followed by the Six of Cups, the card of reminiscence, nostalgia, looking back, the past, history, roots. Now, there's a few different ways this could play out. The Lovers card is, of course, a major arcana card, fingers of the divine, and this represents a divine sort of union, a coming together of two people in a way that's karmic. It has a divine kind of karmic thread connecting them. If it represents the union between two people, this is like a soulmate karmic connection sort of union. A meeting, and we're more than just the physical chemical attraction, although as you can see from the looks of this picture, there is no lack of heat in this relationship. But this is a meeting also of the mind, the spirit, the soul, the heart, everything. It's like that soulmate, the puzzle pieces fitting together perfectly. This would be meeting someone with whom you instantly feel a connection with, you talk easily and well with. But I feel like this is somebody coming back from your past, or you're traveling to see somebody from your past. Now, because it's paired with the Six of Cups. Now, six is representing movement and travel. This could mean travel back to the past, travel back to see family, to your roots of origin. We have the Suit of Cups here. Cups is governed by the element of water. And Cups is a suit that's all about our emotions and feelings, and it can also represent love and relationships as well. The Six of Cups is a card about the past, about nostalgia, reminiscence, looking back towards innocent days, carefree days, but basically from the past. Six of Cups on its own could stand, again, for travel back to see family, travel back to your roots of origin, to your birthplace, to see relatives, etc. Now, it's paired with this Lover's card, so this could represent simply somebody that you thought was your soulmate or you were deeply connected with from the past, coming back from the past at the end of May 2016. And I feel like it happens quickly at the end, just out of the blue, not seeing this coming. At least I think the majority of you aren't. For some of you, this could represent that you recently made this connection with someone from your past that you feel is your soulmate. Either you did then or you are feeling it now, and you're traveling to see them, traveling back to see them. Perhaps it was a childhood sweetheart. However it resonates for you, because it's going to be different as it always is. At or towards the end of May 2016, the cards are strongly indicating that I feel like it's out of the blue. Either you meet someone from your past that you either looked at as a soulmate or you are now feeling the soulmate connection with. They're coming up out of your past. You run into them, they contact you. Or you've contacted them, you've somehow gotten a contact recently and you're traveling to see them. Perhaps it was a childhood sweetheart, but you're feeling this karmic connection. Or for some of you, you're traveling back to see family and relatives and you run into this kind of blast from the past and you feel this kind of karmic soulmate connection. I don't know. Again, it's at the end of the month, perhaps the beginning of June, and it feels very unexpected, and it doesn't feel like it's related to the rest of what's going on with this transformative period, although it certainly could be, and it certainly would add quite an interesting cap onto the situation. So you'll have to let me know how that plays out. For those of you for whom it resonates, message me. I'm kind of dying to know how this works for you for the next couple of weeks. Now, Pisces, your crowning card is the Three of Swords reversed, which is an interesting card to have. And it's not clear to me whether it's resonating more for these first three sets of cards about this kind of ending of a process, ending of a cycle, transformative period, moving into a new path of your life, having these Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords come in. And it's entirely possible that this Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords, that one of them could be the other part of this lovers kind of returning from the past sort of thing. It's not something I was feeling very strongly, but it's possible that for a small portion of you, one of these energies could represent that soulmate connection from the past. Now this Three of Swords in the reverse, in the upright position, it represents, it's almost universally referred to as the heartbreak card, the heartache card, the breakup card. It represents heartbreak, heartache, deep emotional pain. It can represent betrayal in love and romance, infidelity, unfaithfulness, etc. But fundamentally, it's a card of deep emotional pain. Now, you got it in the reverse position, which represents a healing of that, a subsiding of that pain, a moving on, a transitioning out of that. And it could be that, this ending of cycles, transformative period, beginnings of new things, what am I going to do with the next portion of my life, is part of this healing process overall, because this is the crowning card, so overall energy. And also this kind of soulmate, karmic connection, blast from the past at the end of the month could also represent a healing of old wounds, perhaps from this karmic connection. So, and how fascinating that would be. So again, Pisces, for those of you for whom this resonates, let me know at the end of the month if this comes up, or in the beginning of June, however it plays out for you. If it does, let me know how this works out, because I'm always interested in seeing, for those of you for whom the readings resonate and play out predictably, exactly how that happens. Because not only do I find it fascinating, because otherwise it's like reading parts of a chapter but never really getting to finish the rest of the book. And it also helps with a deeper understanding and interpretation of the cards, because any tarot reader worth their salt and worth your time, we're always learning, always growing, always coming to a deeper understanding and knowledge of the cards and how to read them and interpret them and intuit them, no matter how many years we've been doing this. So, Pisces, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope, as I always say, I hope it's resonated and brought you some wisdom and clarity and insight, food for thought, and maybe some help in how to walk through this month, because that's why we do this. Again, don't get too stuck in this Nine of Swords energy. Take some of that, take most, if not all of that energy back that you can, because again, even though it may feel a little scary and brand new, again, I feel like whatever cycles are ending, new things beginning, transformation is happening. It looks and feels very beneficial and positive for you. And boy, it looks like there's a, kind of an interesting twist and bang at the end of the month. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if there are any of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign for more information, or email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. And until I see you again in a couple of weeks for the June 2016 general reading, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, Pisces, and I'll see you later.